Hey everyone, welcome back to Mastering AI with Azure. My name is Shihab and I'm your guide on this journey to mastering Azure AI services. If you're just joining us, in our last video we built a sentiment analyze app, very pretty cool app. Please go check that out with Azure AI. And today we are going to take things to the next level by deploying a GPT-4 powered AI application using Azure AI Studio. Now, if you're wondering what exactly is GPT-4 is and what can I do with it, let me give you a quick breakdown. GPT-4 is a powerful AI model designed for natural language processing, meaning it can understand and generate human like text. So with GPT-4 you can create some pretty amazing applications. For example, you could build a virtual assistant to handle custom queries, or even create an app that automatically generates content like emails or blog posts. Pretty cool, right? So you can also use it for coding assistance, like helping developers generate code snippets or debug errors. And that's just scratching the surface. In fact, in a future video we'll explore how to integrate the GPT-4 model we are setting up today in a real world application to really bring it to life. But first, let's get everything set up so you are ready to build. Alright, the first step is to create a project in Azure AI Studio. Log into your Azure AI Studio. You can see https://aiazure.com. Once you log in, click on the new project at the top right. New project, click that. Now you'll be asked to fill in some details for your project. For this example, I'm going to keep the name Shahabdul-2360. You can name it anything you like. Just keep in mind that it should be something descriptive if you are managing multiple projects. So Azure automatically create resources. You can see under here, it's automatically create resources for this project. If you need to customize the security or storage resources, you can click customize to adjust the settings based on the project needs. I'm going to customize one because I'm going to show you in a bit. Okay. If you want more control over the security and storage, you can go directly to the Azure portal. You can see in here using the link provided for this project. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a simple customization. So I'm going to click this simple customization button. Okay, now we are in the customization section. You can see the hub name is auto generated, subscription, it's pull my subscription name, resources group, actually it's automatically create a new one. You can see in here new, and the location is US3 East US. That's the only one I'm going to change it. And you can see connect Azure AI services, it's automatically selected. Connect Azure AI search, keep connecting. So this is the default one I'm seeing right now. Okay, here I'm going to change the location to West US 3. That's the only modification I'm going to do it for better performance with my specific needs. This might vary depending on your project or where your customers are located or where you located, that's you want to use it. So probably you need to change the location the way you want. Okay. And now for AI services, Azure will automatically create a new instance to handle all AI related functionality for this project. You can connect additional services like Azure AI search, but for now we'll skip that part. Okay. So once everything is set up the way you want, just double check that again. So hit the next to move on. Azure will validate the resources and show you up a summary screen. So I'm going to hit that next button. Okay, here we have final summary of all the settings. Pretty cool. Now if everything looks good, so let's go ahead and hit the create project to finalize the setup. I'm going to create the project. So it's going to validate in the resources. Okay. So that's it. Our project's now being setting up. It takes some time because it's going to in the backwards it's going to create all these storage account, virtual machines and stuff, those kind of stuff. So you need to wait, and it's popping up the green mark. Key vault is already configured, everything is good. Okay, storage account is good. If I put my mouse over, stores connection strings, external resources managed by you, Azure AI, for data upload and storing if artifacts created by Azure AI is also good. So yeah, you can see under here it says creating resources. So it's going to create all the resources right now. So let's see. So I'm using the location with US3. So Shihab Abdul AI, all the AI. So environment for building a application and host for your projects. That's also good. Next, it's going to create another resource, Shihab Abdul 32360. The project organizes your work and provides a place to collaborate with others. So let's wait and see how it goes. Yes, that's also green. Okay, I'm looking at, yep, that's it. Our project's now being set up, and Azure will handle all the rest. Okay, now we are ready to start deploying our GPT-4 and building our AI powered applications. I'm so excited. Let's jump in right now. Now that the project is created, we have arrived at the project overview page for our project, Shihab Abdul 2360. This page is like the control center for all our project settings, resources and tools. Let's break down what we are looking at here. On the left, you will see the project overview tab is selected. Okay. Which gives a high-level view of the project. Below that, we have access to settings where you can configure various options, and few other tabs will get to in just a moment. Okay. In the center, you can see in here, in the center of the screen, you can see the resources that are part of our project. Right now it's empty because we haven't added any models or data, but as we build out the project, you will see those appears in here. Next, on the right side, we have the project properties. This includes our hub name, subscription, resources group, and other current location where all these services are running. In this case, we have US3. You can manage this project directly from this page on this portal, or go to Azure portal, or weaving API endpoints and keys. Okay, so below that, you have option to manage users. You can see in here. Okay, right now I'm the only user assigned as an Azure AI administrator, but you can easily add more users as collaborators using the new user button in here. And finally, in the center in here, we have some useful documentation links like guides for building and deploying questions and answers, Copilot using prompt follow, or learning about retrieval, augmented generation and indexes. These will be super helpful as we continue working with GPT-4 in this project. Now that we understand the project overview, we are ready to start building out the project by selecting the model we want to deploy. In this case, we're going to use GPT-4. Let's move forward by selecting our model. I'm going to click the model catalog right now. It's loading. Now that our project is set up, the next step is to select the AI model we want to deploy. Here in the model catalog, Azure give us access to wide range of pre-trained models. Look at this. There's a lot of models that can be used for various tasks like speech recognition, text generation, and many more. As you can see, there's several options available, such as a Whisper for speech recognition, DAL-E for generating images from text, and of course multiple variations of GPT-4 models. For our project, we are focusing on GPT-4, which is ideal for chat completion and other language tasks. So you can see in here GPT-4.0, mini GPT-4.0. There's so many GPT-4s. So what I'm going to do is, if it's very complicated, you can search in here. So GPT-4-4 can see just pop up in here. So it's very easy to find. So we'll go ahead and select GPT-4 for this project. Okay. So GPT-4 is a powerful model that can understand and generate human-like text. Whether you are building a virtual assistant or a chatbot or any application that requires complex text generation, GPT-4 will give you the flexibility and performance you need. Before we hit this deploy button, let's take a moment to understand what we are looking at here. We are on the overview page for the GPT-4 model, which give us some essential details about the model itself. GPT-4 is a large multi-model that can handle both text and image inputs and generate outputs accordingly. It's a great for solving complex problems with impressive accuracy. Right now, down here, the model version, you can see in here, we can see GPT-4 comes in several different versions. Okay, in all this here. Okay, each designed to suit different business needs. For example, the version we are working with today is GPT-4 Turbo 2024 4.9, which has a large context window of 128,000 tokens and can generate up to 4096 output tokens, making it highly efficient for handling complex tasks. So Azure give us access to several other versions, including GPT-4 version for image analysis and GPT-4 Legacy for all the applications. Each version has a different strength and use cases, but for this tutorial, we are sticking with the standard GPT-4 Turbo version. Finally, on the right in here, we have the model ID. This is the unique identifier for the version of GPT-4 we are deploying. This ID will be important when we start integrating this model into applications or pipelines later on my projects. So we're going to prepare the deploy right now. Okay, I'm going to hit this deploy button. You can see it's loading, or we got another name. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this customize button and see what's everything. Okay, so we have another option. You can change some settings, or you can keep it default. So now after I click the customize, we are taken to this detailed view of our deployment options. This is where you can really fine tune how GPT-4 model will be deployed. Let's walk you through these options step by step. First, we have the deployment type, which is currently set to global standard. This is the default for most projects and routes your traffic globally, making ideal for general use cases. However, if you need meet specific data residency requirements, you might want to choose a different deployment type. Let me click this button and see. Yeah, that's a standard global batch managed, so everything of stuff. So I'm going to click the global standard. Next, we have the model version. section, we are using the Turbo version GPT-4 from April 2024, which I show you previously, which provides a solid balance between performance and token capacity. Below that, you'll see the connected AI resources. This shows which AI resources is tied to the deployment. In our case, it's AI blah 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 AI, a lot of name text there. This is the resources group we set up earlier, so we'll leave that as is. I'm not going to touch that. Okay. Now here's where we can adjust the tokens per minute TPM rate limit. This settings lets you control how many tokens the model can process per minute. Right now it's set to 8k tokens per minute, which translate to 48 requests per minute. 48 requests per minute. You can lower this if you don't need such a high throughput, or increase depending on your project demands. So you can go, if you can go, you cannot go higher, you can go lower. Okay, I'm going to keep it default. Finally, we have the content filter. This is set to default, and it ensures that any content generated by GPT-4 adheres to Azure content safety guidelines. You can customize this further if your project has specific content models needs, but for the most cases the default settings work well. So don't have anything, so everything looks good. With all our settings in place, we are now ready to deploy. Let's hit the deploy button and watch Azure spin up our GPT-4 model. I'm excited. I just hit this button. It's loading. Generating. Okay, seems like we get another nice view. Alright, after hitting deploy, we are taken to the deployment info screen. This is where we can see all the key details of our deployed GPT-4 model and manage it moving forward. Let's go over the important section here. First, we have the general deployment details. The deployment name is GPT-4 and the deployment type is set to global standard, which allow us to handle API requests with high rate limits. You can also see the provision state which is marked as succeed. This means our deployment was successful. The rate limit in here shows we can process 8,000 tokens per minute, which is crucial for handling high volume requests. If you need more capacity, you can increase this in the future deployments. You also notice the model version. We deployed GPT-4 April 2024. Over here on the right, we have an endpoint. This is the URL. This is the URL that will use to integrate our GPT-4 model with the external application. It's important to keep this endpoint and key secure, since they are used to authenticate API request. So you need to be careful. Just keep it safe. So under monitoring and safety, we can see the content filter is set to default version 2, which means that any outputs from the model comply with Azure's content safety standards. You also have links to useful resources and application development like sample and code tutorials. Now that we have all the deployment info, we are ready to move forward and test the model. You can test GPT-4 model directly in Azure Playground or integrate into an external application using the provided endpoint key. So what do you need to do now? You tell me. Okay, this is the thing. Since we don't have an external application right now to set up right now, so we are going to test the GPT-4 model, the one we created, directly in Azure Playground. So this is the great feature that allows you to interact with the model and see how it performs with the different prompts before integrating into a full application. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this open in playground. Let me click that. It's loading and we got something in here. Okay, welcome to the chat playground. This is where we can interact directly with the GPT-4 model we deploy. Let me guide you through the key section of this interface. The first, at the top, we have the deployment field in here. Okay, so which is set to GPT-4 version, which choose earlier Turbo 2024-49. This mean we are using the latest, most optimized version for GPT-4 for our testing. Right below that, we have a system message area. This is where we give the model instructions and context about how we want it to behave throughout the session. You can think of this as setting the rules or the personality of the model before we start the chat. For example, we can ask the model to respond formally or act as a technical assistant. You know what, how about let's create a simple system message to tell the model how to behave. We could say something like this. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to type give instruction: you are an AI assistant. Okay, and that answers user questions clearly and concisely. Okay, you're an AI assistant that answers user questions clearly and concisely. This sets the tone for the responses we'll get during our test. Okay, once you have created the system message, don't forget to hit and save so that the model use these instructions moving forward. Now let's move on to testing with some queries. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just so update the system message. Updating the system message will start a new chat session. Previous messages won't be included. Okay, I'm going to say don't show this again. So I just save this, my instructions. Okay, in here, down here, you can type any query you want the model to respond. This is where we'll really see GPT-4 in action. Let's start with a simple query like explain the basics of machine learning. And I'm going to do this. Did I send that? Yes. Okay. So as you can see, the GPT-4 provides a detailed explanation in response to our query. You can experiment with different questions or instructions to see how the model handles various tasks, from answering factual questions or generating creative content. So it's awesome. Okay, if you want to clear the chat, you can hit that clear chat and it will clear. So I'm going to have another test. I'm going to say I love you. Let's see what it will say. Thank you, I'm here to help you with any question or task you have. Can I assist you today? Okay, blah blah. How old are you? As an AI, I don't have an image like human does. Okay, age like human does. Okay, blah blah blah. So you know, everything looks good. I'm going to play the chat again. So so we did the test and it's awesome. So let's go for another section. You can see in here assistant on the left side. So when I click assistant, so this is the first section on the chat. Okay, so it says preview. So this feature allows you to create a custom AI assistants like chatbots or virtual assistants that can interact with your users in real time. This is useful for applications such as customer support, virtual concierge services, or any scenario where you need to conventional agent tailored to specific tasks. You can fine-tune the assistant to respond based on the particular needs and roles. Okay, next we have a real-time audio preview. So these tools allow you to add a speech capabilities to your model. You can enable the model to hear and speak making it ideal for voice assistant, call center applications, or any audio driven interface. The model can respond to spoken input and generate audio output for users. You can easily integrate microphone to test this feature and listen to the models and responses. And I'm going to go to the image section. Okay, so images, these sections allow you to work with models that can generate or interrupt images. If you are using model like DAL-E for or GPT-4 version, this section will be essential for testing how the model handles images inputs and outputs. You can ask model to generate images from the text description or analyze images, extract insights. This is especially useful for creative application like design, marketing, and even medical imaging. Moving to completions. So this is where you can see full text output generated by the model. Each time you send a query, the model produces a completion or responses. This section lets you review, refine, and adjust the way the model generates its answers, ensuring that it matches the desired output style and format. In the tools section, we can start with the code preview. So this is a powerful feature that helps you integrate AI model into code-based projects. You can use this to generate, evaluate, and refine code with the model, making it ideal for automating coding tasks, assisting with debugging, or helping users write software faster. This feature is extremely useful for developers looking to leverage AI in their workflows. So developers, you got this. Next, we have prompt flow. So this tool helps you to design and fine-tune how prompts are fed into the model and how the model responds. It's an excellent feature if you want to control the flow of conversation or interaction with the model. By setting up a sequence or prompts, you can create a structured flow for your AI interactions, making it great for chatbots or guided system. The evaluation preview tool. Wow. So these tools allows you to measure the performance of your AI model based on the outputs it generates. This feature is important when testing and comparing different models or versions. You can see how well the model responds to various prompts and evaluate it based on accuracy, speed, or other metrics depending on your use case. So finally, we have fine-tuning. This tool allows you to take pre-trained models like GPT-4 and fine-tune with them with your own data to make them more effective for your specific needs. For instance, you could fine-tune the model to better understand specialized language used in your industry or to perform better on specific tasks. Fine-tuning ensures that the model is customized for your application, resulting in better performance and more relevant outputs. Components. So the data components allow you to upload, manage, manipulate data sets, and that model can use for training and inferencing. So you can add data to the test how the model interact with the real world scenarios or train the model to improve its accuracy or specific task. We have indexes. That's a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. So the indexes components useful for working with a large sets of data. You can create index data sets that help the model retrieve information quickly. This is ideal for search or retrieval argument tasks, where the model needs to pull data from structural data set to generate responses. Deployments. You can manage all your manage all your deployed models. This section provides an overview of the models you have deployed, allowing you to monitor their performance, manage endpoints, and adjust settings. It's like an area for managing your AI workflow and integrations. Okay, nice. Finally, content filters. So content filters allows you to control the type of content your model generates. You can apply filters to prevent harmful or inappropriate content from being included in the model's outputs, making this essential for maintaining ethical AI usage, especially in public-facing applications. Wow. Okay, right, and that's it for today's video. We have successfully deployed and tested model ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, why are you always telling me ChatGPT? GPT-4-4 model in the Chat Playground Explorer, some of the great tools Azure AI Studio has to offer. But this is just the beginning. Okay, this is just for this beginning video. In the next video, I'll dive deep into Project Playground to explore the tools like assistants, real-time audio and images, and go over a few important configurations that will take your AI project to the next level. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.